Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Nuggets of Wisdom, Negative Self-Talk and How to Change It, a book by Shad Helmstetter, PhD. Today we are on Chapter 6, Fixing the Problems of Negative Self-Talk. I will let you know that this is quite a longer chapter than previous chapters. So buckle up, Buttercup. But thank you for joining me in this series. Really important if you feel like you're just going on a circle, on a wheel. Things never change in your life. The same shit happens. It's a different day. You get bogged down in negative thinking. This is why I'm doing this series, so that we can reprogram ourselves with positive thoughts and we can increase our vibrational frequency so that we can manifest the life we were meant to have. We can manifest the happiest life possible, the most abundant life, the most prosperous life. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Anyway, Chapter 6, Fixing the Problem of Negative Self-Talk. Many years ago, when I first began to recognize the truth about negative self-talk and how it destroys lives, I made two life-changing decisions. The first was that I would never again give in to negative programming of any kind in my own life if I could help it in any way. The second decision I made in this area was that I would research the concept of self-talk and programming and explore the science behind the concept. The result of my first decision was that I stopped ever again using negative self-talk in my own life. The result of the second decision to do serious research into the concept of self-talk took more than 30 years and resulted in my writing more than 20 books on the subject. I discussed earlier how negative self-talk and the programming of the human brain works, but it's equally important to know what to do about the problem. If you have negative programs now, can they be changed? Can you create new, more positive programs in the brain? And most important, what specific steps can you follow to get rid of old negative programs? And at the same time, create positive new programs. That's the key. What is the answer? My research into the neuroscience behind self-talk uncovered important answers. Not only did I discover how we get programmed and how destructive most of that programming is, a lot of what I found gave us the answers that would tell us how to fix the problem. I'll summarize the answers I found. Okay, if you have a journal or a notebook, maybe you want to take some notes. Number 1, can you erase the negative programs you have now? Even if you have programs that have been wired into your brain for years, you can change or reverse them. If you do nothing, they are usually permanent. If you have any level of negative self-talk disorder and you do nothing to change it, it will get worse. However, if you replace the old negative programs with positive new programs, you can override the negative ones. Important note number 1. Even if some of your negative programs have been with you for years, perhaps a lifetime, because of the brain's plasticity, It does not take years to erase or replace them. Replacing negative programs often takes only weeks, not years. Oh, that sounds good because, hey, I'm 59 years old. I don't want to take another 59 years to reprogram myself. So it often takes only weeks, not years. Okay. Important note number 2. You don't have to identify every single negative program you have now in order to erase it or replace it. The recommendations you'll find here will help you override negative programs, even if they are completely hidden in your subconscious mind. Number 2. Can you create entirely new, more positive programs? Yes. Since you got your current programs through repetition, you can create new programs in the same way. By using repetition, you can create any new program you choose. Number 3. What are the steps to creating new programs? How to change your programs has been the subject of several of my previous books. Most notably, see the book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Again, the author is Shad Helmstetter, PhD. Okay. To simplify the process for you here and break it down into basic steps, I have included the following guide to changing your self-talk, which was formulated by the Self-Talk Institute. The Self-Talk Institute was founded in 1985 and has spent over 3 decades researching negative self-talk and brain programming, as well as conducting seminars on positive self-talk methods and techniques, and also training certified self-talk trainers. From its decades of experience in helping many thousands of individuals successfully change their self-talk, the Institute has identified the most effective methods for doing this. When I'm speaking to an audience or when I'm being interviewed for a blog or a media appearance, the guidelines I use are from the Self-Talk Institute. They are well researched and solid. They are the best guidelines we have found for people who want to change their programs and want to get it right. The following guide is made up of 2 parts. The first part includes the specific steps you need to take to change your self-talk. The second part consists of a quiz that will identify the areas of your self-talk that you may want to change. Here is the Self-Talk Institute's guide. Okay, so let me show you. Self-Talk Institute Guide to Changing Your Self-Talk. Okay, so like I said, this is a little bit of a longer chapter, but sounds like it's the key to answering how to change our negative self-talk, right? Okay, the Self-Talk Institute Guide to Changing Your Self-Talk. The purpose of this guide is to give the reader the most effective and practical methods available to create the habit of positive self-talk and overcome the damaging effects of negative self-talk. Many thousands of once negative self-talkers have followed these steps and have changed both their self-talk and their lives as a result. A word of encouragement. Your brain is designed to change. It is designed to rewire itself with new input. When you practice or listen to positive new self-talk, your brain will begin to erase the old negative neural programs naturally, pruning out the old programs and making space for the new. If you follow the steps below and stay with it, it will work. Okay, I feel like I need to spend the rest of 2024 when I'm reading this book, so it's almost August, 4 months to reprogram my brain. I wonder if that's possible. I think it is. Can you teach an old dog new tricks? We'll find out. The 3 steps. There are 3 primary steps to changing your self-talk from negative to positive. Okay, this is where taking notes might be helpful. Step 1, monitor. As you're getting started for the next 30 days, monitor your self-talk as it is now. Listen to everything you think and everything you say. Imagine having someone record everything you said for 30 days. Then, at the end of that time, they transcribed your words and typed them out. And then underlined with a yellow highlighter everything you had said most often. If you were to read a list of those highlighted phrases, you would have an accurate picture of your self-talk as it is today. It would not include the self-talk you thought silently to yourself each day, but it would give you a clear picture of what your spoken self-talk sounds like right now. What is the first thing you usually say to greet each day? What goes through your mind when the traffic light turns red? How do you react when your child comes home with a bad grade? What goes through your mind when someone disagrees with you? What is the last thing you think before you go to sleep at night? Even without actually writing it down, your self-talk, the goal is to become consciously aware of all of your thoughts and all of your words. When you start focusing on your current self-talk every day, you will begin to recognize the self-talk you are using now that could be working against you. The purpose of creating the habit of monitoring your self-talk is to become mindful. Becoming consciously mindful of your self-talk is the first step in changing it. Makes sense, right? Step 2. Edit. Each time you catch yourself saying or thinking anything that is harmfully negative, do the following. Stop and restate it in the positive. As an example, imagine that you've just made a mistake and you hear yourself saying something like, "I'm so stupid." Immediately replace it with, "That's not like me. I'm smarter than that." Or when you hear yourself about to say, "Nothing ever works out right for me," replace the negative with a clear, new, positive directive to your brain. I am good at making things work. I have a plan. I follow it, I stay with it, and I achieve my goal. As you can see, the negatives in those examples are replaced with clear, positive statements that give new directives to your brain. When you edit your self-talk in this way, you're not lying to yourself by replacing the negative thought with positive. You're rewiring your brain with an accurate picture of how you choose to be, the new picture of you that you're now creating. You're not kidding yourself. You're setting the record straight. Learning to edit your thoughts and your words is an essential step, but it doesn't get rid of all the old negative programs you have stored up. Editing will, however, help protect you from getting more of them. As a technique used by itself, Editing won't teach you a refreshing new language of optimism and success, but it can help stop the old negative language from getting stronger. Okay, step number 3, listen to self-talk. Okay, of course, let's see. Today, when you want to learn a new language, the most effective way to learn that language is by listening to recorded sessions of the language and then practicing it. Learning the language of positive self-talk works the same way. The easiest and most effective way to learn self-talk is by listening to it. I wonder if they're talking about positive affirmations. That could be one device or tool that you could use. Okay. Learning the new language of positive self-talk. In the brain, learning positive self-talk utilizes the same process as learning a new language, through repeated listening and then practicing what you're learning. Repetition is the key. When you listen to positive self-talk about 10 to 15 minutes each day, you will be giving clear, positive new messages to your brain. Because of the daily repetition, your brain will begin to override and replace the older negative self-talk programs which had been dominant. You can expect to see early positive changes in your attitude and motivation even in the first days of listening. However, it typically takes about 3 weeks or more for the brain to begin to rewire itself with new, repeated programs. So set a goal to stay with it. Wow, okay, like I said, we're approaching August 2024. Maybe for the month of August, be diligent and committed to this practice of rewiring our brain with positive self-talk. As you begin learning and practicing the new self-talk, you will also begin to wire in the habit of changing your programs naturally, both consciously and unconsciously. That's the turning point you're looking for. Because you're hearing and practicing self-talk each day, the new self-talk will become the new language you think in and speak in naturally. It is that new language, a new way of dealing with life, that will begin to inform every future choice you make. Note, when you listen to self-talk, it is recommended that you play the sessions primarily in the background while you are doing something else, and do not try to focus on them. Your brain will be listening whether you are consciously listening or not. In this way, you will be less likely to question the positive new programs while your brain is going through the process of wiring them in. Okay, so what comes to mind quickly is most nights I fall asleep. This is probably not good. Fall asleep with listening to YouTube videos. They range from, could be astrological, horoscope, tarot readings, affirmations, books. Sometimes I listen to books to fall asleep. So what about finding a couple of positive self-talk, positive affirmation videos and listen to them while I fall asleep? That's what came to mind for me personally. The Self-Talk Institute offers an online streaming service called selftalkplus.com. Okay, that's another avenue. This service allows you to listen to self-talk programs on a broad variety of topics that will affect your life, both personally and professionally. With the Institute's streaming service, you can listen to positive self-talk programs on your iOS or Android device, as well as listening offline. The service is free for the first 30 days and is open to all users. To access this service, go to www.selftalkplus.com. Okay. There you go. Take a screenshot of that, I guess. Okay. The self-talk quiz. Again, have your pen and paper ready. Whether you work at changing your self-talk on your own or participate in the Self-Talk Institute's online listening program, the following quiz will help you identify which areas of your self-talk require your attention and which areas you should work on first. When you take this quiz, be honest. It is important that you know which areas of your self-talk are working for you and which areas may be working against you. In the following quiz, rate each of the questions from 1 to 10. Ooh, this is my, hello, I'm recording. Sorry about that. Okay, a high score of 8, 9, or 10 means your self-talk in that subject area is positive and is working for you. If you score yourself a 5, 6, or 7, it tells you that those areas may need work, even if they aren't your first priority. A score of 1 to 4 means your self-talk in that area needs immediate attention. The lower the score, the more your self-talk in that area needs help. Rate your typical self-talk in each of the following areas. Number 1. Your self-esteem. How do you generally feel about yourself as an individual overall? Rate your self-talk about your self-esteem. Give yourself a rating 1 to 10. Number 2, being in control of your life. Are you on top, in control of your life and going for it? What is your self-talk when you think or talk about being in control? Rate your self-talk about how much you feel you're in control of your life. Rate 1 to 10. Number 3, your health and fitness. When you talk about or think about your level of health and fitness, how do you usually describe yourself? Rate your self-talk about health and fitness. Rate 1 to 10. Number 4, your job or career. Do you always praise your job and your work, or does your self-talk say something else? Rate your self-talk about your job or career. Number 5, money and finances. What are the messages you give yourself most about money and how easy it is for you to attain financial freedom? Rate your self-talk about money and finances. Number 6, your relationships. Do you automatically and naturally see your relationships working as you would like them to, or do you feel you could improve them in some areas? Rate your self-talk about your relationships. Number 7, the quality of your life. Is your life working each day at its highest, most fulfilling level, or would you like it to be better? Rate your self-talk about the quality of your life. Number 8, reaching your goals. Do your thoughts and your self-talk show a picture of you reaching all of your goals? Rate your self-talk about how you're doing at reaching your goals. Number 9, getting things done. Does your self-talk tell you that you are accomplishing everything you would like to, on time and in the right way? Is procrastination a problem for you? Rate your self-talk about your success in getting things done. Number 10, your appearance. Does your self-talk tell you that you are happy with your appearance and looking your best? Rate your self-talk about your appearance. Number 11, your weight. What does your self-talk tell you about your weight and how you feel about it? What kind of self-talk do you use when you think about your weight? Rate your self-talk about your weight. Number 12, your attitude. When you monitor your self-talk, what does it tell you about your attitude? Is it positive and as good as you would like it to be? Rate your self-talk that reflects your attitude overall. Okay, number 13. How you deal with problems. Does your self-talk describe you as being on top of your game and always dealing with problems well? Rate your self-talk about dealing with problems. Number 14, your intelligence. Does your self-talk tell you that you are confident about your intelligence? Rate your self-talk about how you feel about your intelligence. Number 15, your energy. When you talk about your energy, do you see yourself as having a lot of energy, or do you tell yourself you never have enough? Rate your self-talk about your level of energy. Number 16, your stress. Does your self-talk show a picture of you that is relaxed, calm, and in control, or does it show you that you have too much stress in your life? Rate your self-talk about your stress and your daily sense of calm. Hopefully, this video doesn't stop at 30 minutes. Let's continue. If it does, I'll just do another one. A continuation. Number 17, anxiety or depression. Does your self-talk show a picture of you that is positive and upbeat, or frequently down, anxious, or depressed? Rate your self-talk about feeling anxious or depressed. Number 18, being organized. When you think or talk about how organized you feel you are, does your self-talk say you are as organized as you would like to be? Rate your self-talk each day about being organized and feeling you're on top of things. Number 19, your sense of purpose in life. What do you say about your purpose or your mission in life? Is your purpose crystal clear, or do you need more clarity in this area? Rate your self-talk about having a sense of purpose in your life. Looking forward to tomorrow. Number 20. Does your self-talk give you an uplifting and positive picture of your future? Rate your self-talk about looking forward to your future. Number 21. Your personal growth. Does your self-talk show you a picture of you that is always growing and improving? Rate your self-talk about how you are growing as an individual. Carefully examining your scores on the above quiz will tell you where to start and which areas of your self-talk you need to work on most. Take a moment now and make a note of your 3 lowest score areas. This will tell you where to begin as you start working to change your old programs. Note, if you listen to self-talk sessions about 10 to 15 minutes a day, as recommended by the Self-Talk Institute, plan to retake the above quiz again 90 days from now. You may be surprised how dramatically your scores change for the better, even in that short period of time. The above guide from the Self-Talk Institute has been very successful at helping many thousands of individuals change their self-talk. If you would like to put yourself on the fast track to having the right self-talk in your life, I encourage you to follow their guidelines. It is easy to see from the above quiz how many areas of your life are being directly affected every day by the self-talk you have now. You cannot help but consider the question, what would happen if you made the choice to improve your self-talk in all the key areas of your life? Such an important chapter, Chapter 6. That concludes Chapter 6. Join me in Chapter 7.